All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good afternoon, good evening, good day. How is your day going? Welcome to our exercise session for today. I see me coming on with the eating healthy one bite at a time. My nutrition degree program was out of this area, and this is one of our mottos. Although this is the motto in visually for today, our focus today is going to be on the hands. Because if you're going to do this, you're going to need to use your hands to be able to grab a fork, grab a knife, grab a carrot, grab this, grab that, and put it to the mouth. So our focus last week was the feet, and today our focus is the hands. And we're going to do everything sitting down. So we're going to use our hands more than we are our feet. But we're going to bring a hand specialist in, Dr. Levi, and let Dr. Levi talk with you about that. Talk with us, talk with us, talk with us about uh, things for our hands. But I want to combine some things today. So before we switch to the video, today I'm going to be sitting down. So I'm going to be using my little pedal foot sitting down. The video is 5 minutes and 20 some seconds, or 5 minutes and 30 seconds, excuse me. So while we're watching the video, I encourage you to warm up. Do you warm up while we're watching the video? Also, I'm going to swing over a little bit and point at some water. And I'm going to say this. How many of us know how many bottles of water or how many ounces of water we ought to be minimally drinking per day? Well, the answer is, in this class, I'm a teacher that gives the question and the answer, if you want it. And the answer is 8 times 8, or 64 ounces minimum. If you have both your kidneys, if you have one of your kidneys, then there ought to be about 2.3 to 2.7 liters of water per day. Okay? So that's a little bit more than 64 ounces. But just know that is the minimum. So you're looking at two of the minimums. 8 bottles approximately is the 8 bottles, excuse me. And then the gallon is also 128 ounces, which is 1 gallon. And so if it's too much for you to do, to carry around 8 bottles, or to remember that I drink one or two or three or four or five or six or seven or eight, if that's too much, then just fill your gallon of bottle with water, put it in the refrigerator, leave it on the room temperature, whichever room temperature is better, but leave it somewhere, and then you can take it with you. If you have to leave the house, or if you're going to work, you can just take the gallon with you. You don't have to worry about carrying 8 bottles. You take it with you, you put it in your refrigerator. When you're ready for it, you bring it to your desk, or you bring it in your work area, you leave it there. But you already have that gallon, and you can finish it a little bit at a time throughout the day, and then you can see, man, that's pretty good. I've done this. I got half more to go, etc. So nutrition and exercise and hand movements are vital to our everyday activities of daily living. You didn't see me, but I wanted you to focus on uh, the shirt, but there I am. Okay. So here we're going to bring in Dr. Levi. But while we're doing that, we're going to cut the 5 minutes. So as soon as we finish, we're going to move into the exercises, and we're doing them all sitting down today. So here we go. We're going to screen share and bring in Dr. Levi. Let's go.
Fitness doctor. Let's talk about this new phenomena of hand injuries in gamers. Gamers and e-sport players, you're in for a lot of great information right now. I want to share with you exercise that will help you improve and increase your action per minute, increase the efficiency at which you play, increase your speed, but more importantly, allow you to have an extended career as a professional gamer or as an amateur gamer. Gaming is great for everybody. So let's talk about several things that you should do. These are my top 7 tips for gamers. Number 1, I recommend you take a 5-minute break every 60 minutes. Many of you play, of course, sometimes 4 to 12 hours a day. Think about it. That's a lot of time of flexion and extension of your fingers, of your wrist, of your elbows. I want you to think about taking a 5-minute break every 60 minutes. That
Hey,
means
can you
over
hear
a
that?
6-hour
Okay on the
period,
video?
you've actually taken 30 minutes of break time. You really need that to manage and to improve your actions per minute, but more importantly, to extend your
Okay, let me
career
see.
in
Can I bring
gaming.
it
Secondly, I recommend
up?
that you take time, maybe once or twice a period of 5 minutes, to just put your hands under warm water. Let your hands run under warm water gently, and while you're in the warm water in the basin, just move your fingers up and down. All right? Number 3, I recommend these exercises. Take a look. make a full fist, open your hand wide, tabletop. This is called a claw fist. This is a half fist. This is a full fist. So take a look again. Open your hand wide, make a full fist, tabletop fist, claw fist, half fist, and a full fist. After you do that, I recommend the following. Tip number 4. Stretch your fingers out. Take your thumb, stretch your thumb back. Stretch each finger back. Each one, bring them back, bring them back, bring them back. Then do blocking exercise, especially for your thumb. Because your thumb, of all the digits on your hand, the thumb gets worked a lot by gamers. So, blocking exercises for your thumb. Back, forward, across, piano, reverse piano, full fist, open fist. Hands wide, open, close, stretch, stretch your arm out, wrist down, wrist up, around the world, back around the world, elbow in, elbow out. The 5th tip that I recommend is actually just to take time to shake out your hands, shake out your fingers, just for about 1 minute. 1 minute every 2 to 3 hours. Just take a minute to simply shake your hands out. Shake them out. Shake your wrist out. Tip number 6, I'll show this to you. These are again called inertial exercises. This will help with respect to any type of development of lateral epicondylitis or tennis elbow. So you have your arm straight out, elbow straight. Bring your hand straight up as if your palm is against the wall. And I want to do it 2 different ways. Take your other hand and bring your fingers back. Extend your fingers back with your elbow straight. Then hold your hand and bring your hand back with your elbow straight. Hold each of these for approximately 30 seconds. Then flex your hand down and gently bring your wrist down. Again, we're stretching out the extensors of your forearm. Specifically, the extensor carpi radialis longus, the extensor carpi radialis brevis. For gamers, this is very important. These are called inertial exercises, and I recommend that you do these, again, every 3 hours for about 2 to 3 minutes. This is very, very important. Specifically when you're gaming for extended periods of time for 4 to 8 hours. If you really want to increase your action per minute, your efficiency and your speed, and hopefully you're winning, you want to do these exercises. Very important. Tip number 7, it's important that you massage your hand and your fingers and your wrist. Just use the other hand, especially the thumb. The thumb is very powerful. And the thumb is 42% of all functional motion of your hand. So you really want to have healthy thumbs, especially for gaming, really for life. So just massage your hand, each joint, and just take this for about just a minute on each hand. And then just make a fist, shake out your wrist, around the world, back around the world, full fist, open fist, table again, half fist, full fist. Repeat those exercises. As a gamer, as a game lover, it's important that you understand if you truly want to increase your actions per minute, your speed, your efficiency, your winning time, and have a prolonged career, these exercises are essential. I wish you the best. This is Dr. Levi, the fitness doctor.
All right, all right, all right. Let's go, let's go. All right. Well, we found a little technical difficulties. The volume may have been a little bit low for us. Not sure why that happened this time, but I promise you we practice and we'll fix that and we'll get it right. But the volume was a little bit low. If you can turn the volume up on your device when you watch it or rewatch it or look at it some other time, then just turn the volume up. Okay, again, we're gonna do the exercise sitting up, sitting down. I've already warmed up. Sitting down. Now I'm bringing the camera down again, and we're gonna start with the upper body. Now I'll leave it up. We're gonna start with upper body today. I'm gonna bring it around and have a seat. We're gonna increase the size of the strength of the band we're gonna use today. spin them back on you. And we're going to do some exercises with our little handy dandy walker. So these exercises are targeted for those that are physically challenged or cannot stand on their feet for extended periods of time. So if you can't stand on your feet for extended periods of time, then we'll sit down. So you can adjust the camera and see. In some places, it's a little bit lighter than in others. And the angle of the sun is different at 6 o'clock than it is at 4 o'clock. So the sun is shining. See, the sun is shining on me right there. So that's a little bit better. When I lean forward, the sun is right in my face. But otherwise, I'm in the shadow. So you can see me. Of course, you remember what color we used last week? It was blue, and it was light. Today, we're going with medium. Remember, if you need to have some problem with some parts of the shoulder, you can have one that's already cut and one that's together. Okay? We're starting at the top today. So we got our little chart, and we're going to move right through. The first one, the lateral arm raise. I'm going to do it with the bands. You've already done your warm-up. You've seen that enough. We're into our 7th week. After 7 weeks, you ought to be able to remember. If you just starting with us today, then it's okay. Then your warm-up was your legs. You should be warming up the entire body because, I can repeat it, because we're doing an exercise for the entire body. So here we go. Our praise raise to begin with. Here we go. We always pray. We thank God for the ability to move our limbs, to move our arms. Whatever we can move, we're grateful for that. You know, don't be so ungrateful for what you can't move. Let's be grateful for what we can, and then ask for help and pray about those that's not moving, and then we'll help with those, okay? We're going to drop back down to 3 repetitions. Remember, every time we change the strength or increase the weight or change the modality of what we're doing, we're going from nothing to bands, and we're up to 12 reps and 3 sets. Once you start on bands, come back down to 3 reps or 1 to 3 reps, and then 1 set. So we're doing 3 reps, 1 set. Here we go. Lateral arm raise. We're going to turn the hands. We turn the hands palms down today. We turn palms facing the last time, palms down, arms out. It's going to work the side of the tricep. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that's it for that one. Okay, we're moving right along. The second one is a loop band pull downs. Okay, one of the cues that I finished up my certification in orthopedic exercises, you know, and movements last night. And so I wanted them for pull downs. When we're pulling down, we ought to be reaching forward. So I'm gonna have to move back and get out of the way of this pole, because when we do the pull downs, the idea is to pull forward instead of backwards. But even if you're pulling forward, bring your hands a little bit forward and pull down and forward. Even if you're going to the back, pull your hands forward. 1, 2, 3 to the back and 3 to the front. 1, 2, and 3. Very good. The next one is a bicep curl. We'll get the band around our legs. And I'm going to keep it about where it is, maybe. Come up a little bit, perhaps. Yep. So you can see the band. And we're going one at a time. This time, again, we have the palms facing up. You can do 2 hands. Let's do 1, 2, 3, palms facing. Single hand. 1, curl, 2, 3. Arms close to the body. Don't let them float out. That puts pressure on the rotator cuff and those shoulder girdle and the labrum and pull the labrum out of the socket rather than having it in the socket. We don't want to pull it out of the socket. We want it in. So come in close to the body, other side, stabilize. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. The next one is the tricep. And because I want to keep the band on my legs, because for the sake of time, we're not rushing, but for the sake of time, you can have 2 bands. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to do the tricep, where you keep your elbows in close instead of like the first one we did. The hands are extended and the arms are extended. We keep them in, and tighten up on your band, palms facing, thumbs, and you can even ball up your fist. 1, sit up tall. 2, 3. Because we sit up tall and we keep a firm body because there are stabilizers throughout our body. And once you move in one part of the body, the other part is stabilized. In order to pull from one side to the other, if one side was weak and the other side was strong, I would pull off like that, or vice versa. But because we're stabilizing both sides, when we're pulling to both sides, now everything in the middle is getting stabilized and getting tighter. But if we let it sag, it don't know how to stabilize itself when we're trying to do something with our body. They all work in synergy together. All right. So that is the loop band tricep. 1, 2, 3. All right. The very next one, we're coming on down from there, but we're going to do it still sitting down. Okay. I'm going to scoot back a little bit and bring the camera down some more. Scoot back a little bit more. And we're going to bring the band down to the side. You can take it down to your ankles or right on the side of the leg. We'll keep it right on the side. You need one that's looped. And we're going to go one side. You can either take it straight out and go over. 1, 2, 3. Back in, other side. 1, straight out. 2, 3. Or you can sit with the feet flat on the floor and slide it across, or flat on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1. Sit up, Charles. 2, 3. Very good. Thank you, Charles. Way to sit up. All right. I'm encouraging you. Sit up out there. Don't let it sag. I didn't wear my belly band today. Just let everything hang out, or just be there where it is today. And there we go. If you are physically challenged and you're wheelchair or confined to sitting down, I wear my back brace, and you can talk with your physical therapist and what would be better for you at some times, either wear your back brace or your belly band or whatever you're wearing, your corset, to help yourself sit up and be firm in your body. If you're paralyzed from the waist down or something of that nature, coordinate with your physical therapist, and what would be better for you to do is to sometimes wear your back brace and belly band, and other times not, so that those muscles can get, and the support group and the bones can be, and the ligaments can work by themselves without any assistance from anything else. Sometimes, but let that be the therapist, your chiropractor, your therapist, and all those people that help you. Your hand specialists, let them help you with that. Podiatrists, all of those. Okay, this time we're going to take it to the front, and you can either hold it up and go straight up. 1, pardon the bottom of my feet. 2, 3, other side. Sit up tall. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the back. Turn to the side, and 1, 2, 3. Or we can curl it. 1, 2, and 3. Other side. You can straighten it out and go back, but it needs to go down further. Let me bring the camera on down some. Yeah. We go 1, 2, 3. This side again. 1, 2, 3. Curl them hamstrings. Okay, now we did back, we did front, we did side, we did up, we did down. Now, let's get some hip flexors and hip extensors in. So let's go straight up. Put the band under your feet, under the heel, and we're going straight up. One, sit up. One, two, three. Other side. It slipped out from under my feet. One, two, three. Very good. Okay. I want to go back a little further. How about that? When we get to the flutter kick, we're gonna have a different one. Okay. So we're coming on up with the band. And also, if you're also physically challenged and you want to use your walker, I have my walker today. You can stabilize yourself with that and use some of that. And the seated hip abduction, we kind of did some of those as they were down on the ankles. But this time, you cross your arms over, either side, don't matter, right or left or right. Doing more than one set, do one set like this, then switch to the other set like that. You can hold on, or you can cross. Here we go. Slide. One, two, three. You can hold on, pick your feet up off the ground, and go. One, two, three. Very good. So there ain't nothing to it but to do it. We haven't posted that video with my double amputee assistant and friend and neighbor. But once we get that ready, it's going to be really wonderful for those. We plan on bringing in a wheelchair confined individuals. I have some individuals, friends of mine, that once they are whatever in their mind enough to come online with me, then I'm going to bring them on, let them tell you from their specialty how to get it done and how to be motivated, and how to go through with what you can do to make yourself stronger. Okay. The side lunges, doing those sitting down, you can just really step out to the side. 2, 3. Those are easier to do than standing lunges. I don't mind demonstrating those. I don't mind demonstrating any of them. But just certain things, like if my patella was hurting, I wouldn't be doing those step ups because it puts a lot of pressure on the kneecap when we're doing step ups. Before I pull that kneecap tight, and then it really hurts. So, we do them sitting down. Step up, and just step up. The other one, launch to the other side. That way. Step. 3. We're doing them to the front. We just step. 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. And one of those things I want to do while we're here, before we move on to the next one, is getting up out of your chair. If you have the ability to get up and move around, you're not confined, but you don't get up as much as you would used to or would like to, helping yourself going from sitting to standing and from standing to sitting really works a group of muscles that we can help from the glutes in the back and the hamstrings and the gastroc and the calf muscles to our quads and our hip flexors and hip extensors in the back and the rectus abdominis and the lateral obliques. All those things help. Believe it or not, the shoulders, how shoulders help you get up, and stand up, and create the momentum you need to get up. And those muscles that help slow down the momentum of the muscles so you can stop that glute from just dropping. Some people I know, when they get ready to sit down, they just drop all that glute to the couch or to the chair or whatever. Don't do that. You're really not serving. We are really not serving our muscles well when we do it wrong and modify it. But if it hurts to do it, then we get some help with it so we can slow down the pain, slow down those things that stop us from doing it properly, and do it properly, and then do it. So we're gonna do a little get ups, You need to stabilize. A wider base is better than a closer base. If I try to do my feet like this and get up, it's going to be a wobbly mess. And then I easily can fall. See that? But if I put my base out wide and I stand up, I don't need to hold on to the chair. I can get up a lot better, and you see it for yourself. I can get up and sit down a lot better with a wide base than I can with a closed base. Trying to do that like this, that is so hard. That is so hard for me. It puts a lot of pressure on my knee and it hurts like crazy. So don't do that to yourself. If you're doing something that hurts when you're doing it, stop doing it and consult somebody and get your help with how to do it properly. Thank you so much. Okay, we got about 4 more, and we're going to do these also. We're going down to the mat. I didn't bring my mat, so I'm going to do them in the chair. But I don't want to get anywhere. I forgot my mat. But the flutter kick can also be done from your chair. Okay, so, and you can hold on to something. If you want to use your walker, if you don't want to if you have trouble getting up and down off the floor, that's one of the greatest challenges. We have to have all kinds of ways to squat, to hip hinge, and get up off the floor. If you can't do it, then, and you want to still do some things, just find you a chair like this, lean back, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? See that? That was the flutter kick. The next one was the bicycle. We use our little peddler. Now you see it? I got my pedal machine, and that's the motion that we do when we're doing our bicycle. It's the same or similar motion. When we're doing that, we'll be doing like this. Right? When we're doing our bicycle without that, we're doing it like so. Put the band on the bottom of your feet and on your instep, top of your instep. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Make sense? It's very good. Now this one, we have to do in the plank position. Like I said, I didn't bring my mat out here, so I'm gonna do it a different way. I'll get some dust on my hands. I got my towel. Keep the band on your feet. They're gonna go on the instep, top instep, and the bottom of the foot. So I'm gonna use my towel. I'm not sweating that much today. It's okay. I use my towel. Come on down to the ground. And in the plank position, I'll turn around to the side. You can see it. It's okay to get down on the ground. And come up in the plank. We pull 1 up and up. 2, 3. Last one. Put the band on the ankles. Come back up in the plank position. And it's like the flutter kick, only backwards. 1, 2, 3. Very good. You need to get up. You do. 1 hand on the ground, 2 hands on the ground. Feet come up. Dust the hands off. Dust the knees off on the way up. Come on up. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah. We're done. Believe it or not, that's it. Okay. I'm going to throw in a couple more exercises real quick. Just to show you. Demonstrate a couple. That I'm not sweating. I don't need that. But you can also do them inside the walker. You want to do the kickback, you can kick back like so. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can do the lunge. We can step out to the side, step out to the other side, hold on to the walker. We want to do the step up to work the hip. Okay, bring it up. 2, 3. Need to work them glutes. Work that hip. Believe it or not, I stopped walking with my hips long time ago in my glutes because one of my little friends, sister, used to tell me that I looked like I'm switching when I was walking. So I stopped walking with my hips and glutes. I didn't want to look like I was switching. And in the neighborhood I lived in, you don't want to even have the premise of that. So I didn't do it. 1, 2. But right now, I'm not worried about them or their opinion on me. I know who I am, and that's all right. We should know who we are and not worry about what somebody's looking at us, trying to make us feel bad about what we're doing. Know what you're doing is if it's helping you, it don't matter what they do. Okay? I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to put down or to make feel bad. I would never do that. I would never make fun of what we're doing because I'm here to help. So that way you can do it there and about with the arm rest, turn my back, but I can climb up here. Turn around. We can also do them on this. You know, if we can't stand on our feet, but our arms are strong, we can just do it like that. 1, 2, 3, or out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, like so. Step on it the other way. You can just other way. You can just come up. 1, 2, 3. That feels a lot better than standing on my feet on the ground. 1, 2, 3. Take it out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. Take it back. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. There's many ways to do these things. Don't make no excuses. Don't have no excuses. The name of our business is No Excuses at the Mission Matters. We don't have none. We don't make none. We don't give an opportunity to give some, but we have empathy for others who have problems, and we help you work through those problems. We do, we do, we do. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's do a little cool down. That was an active cool down. The warm up should be dynamic, and the cool down should be less dynamic and more static. So, for instance, we were doing our praise raise. The praise raise should look like this: 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, up to about 30 seconds. Then bring it down. Okay. Want to move our arms out and stretch. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 7, net 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10. Bring it in. Whereas dynamically we were doing like that. It's trying to stay in the same plane of motion rather than rising and falling, but going straight across. Okay, let's do our hug therapy. Going across, across. Remember, if you haven't had your 10 to 12 hugs today, it helps keep us sane, you know, and just make the hug a mental thing. You know, some of us have whatever we have, but make it mental, make it spiritual, and keep it good for yourself. Open it up. Go to the other side. Eat something nutritious. Get your water. Get your water. That's also a time when you're cooling down. You sip on your water. Falling down. And it's good to have it at room temperature. I got tables all around. It's our picnic exercise. Sit around fellowship area. So let's go back. 2 arms. Remember, see how far you can reach. You know, I used to couldn't reach there. I can almost reach my shoulder blade. I can touch this one, okay? And I can touch it on the top side and the bottom on this side. Switch over. Now I can touch this one a lot better, and I can't touch the bottom as much because this arm has some issue. You just heard a snap. But get your hug. You don't know how many. That's about 6 or 7 hugs right there. Does the body know I'm hugging me, or does the body know somebody else is hugging me? I don't know the answer to that. But it's all part of the hug. I'm gonna put my foot up. Hopefully I don't keep the table over. And I'm gonna stretch right here. Okay, we're doing everything sitting down as if we were physically challenged or confined to a wheelchair or confined to a seated position, being as though we can't move from our waist down. So we're sitting down today. Everything is done with intentions of sitting down. And it's okay to do things sitting, see how strong you get, and then when you stand, are you better? You know, that ought to be about close to 30 seconds. But remember, start at the top, lean as far forward as you can get. In this position, the hamstrings are restricted and have some insufficiency because the hip is trying to go forward, and the hamstring is trying to go back. Normally, the hip will go back when the hamstring goes forward. It'll go like this. The hamstring will slide, the hip will go that way, and the hamstring will slide that way. Well, if I'm restricting the hip from going that way and trying to stretch the hamstring at the same time, that's just giving some flexibility in it. So when we do running and other things like that, let me unplug this thing because it's doing its thing, going through, trying to charge. So just know you cannot stretch as far of the hamstrings going forward. You just lean back and stretch the quad. You cannot stretch as far when the hip is out in 9 degrees and you're trying to lean forward and stretch the hamstring at the same time. Okay? It's better to do this way and just pick it up. Feel that tight, almost cramped up right there. Do the other side. So this is the one with the bad knee in it. So it's got some missing parts. So it's not as good to functionally as the other one. I know that. But you can pick it up. You can't see my foot. I can't raise it up that high, but it's curl. Okay, and we stretch the quads this way. Again, pardon my feet. I'm gonna put my leg up here. Uh-oh, the camera's shaking. That's not gonna look good on the video. Be still. We're stretching. We're getting a good stretch today. We haven't stretched as much throughout our sessions over the last 6 weeks as we are today. Why are we doing that? We're increasing the emphasis on stretching, 1, and 2, we did everything sitting down. And because we did everything sitting down, the muscles and the stabilizers they were in a fixed position for 30 minutes. And when they're in a fixed position and exercising, they get less mobile than they would be if we were up on our feet. Okay? We have to keep our proprioception, we have to keep them following, and so they're active. When we're sitting down, everything is less active in our stabilizers than it would be if we were standing up. Okay, let's go ahead and twist the side. And we haven't done any abs, so let's do some abs. 1, I'm gonna do the band and use our ab stretches as a part of our cool down. Let's take it that way and pull. 1, I can feel it right in here in the obliques. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,003. Bring it back to the front. Take it to the other side and pull this way. 1, 1,002, 1,003. Do it this way and up. 1. Let's hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our stretches ought to be lasting between 10 and 60 seconds at the end because they're static stretches, not dynamic. You know, dynamic is quick and movement are based on what you're going to do. So let's do our neck. You haven't done the neck. So let's hold the belly in, head to the front, turn. One of my colleagues showed me about the head movement. You can point up to one side, over to the middle, over to the other side, down in the front, to one side, over to the front, over and down to the other side, back up, middle, over, down, over, and up. Okay, we stretched our neck. Let's stretch our jaws and stretch our hands. Remember, Dr. Levi showed us. We ought to be stretching our hands. We use the band today. We use the band. So let's open up our hand. He showed you those are some very good exercises. I recommend Dr. Levi to everybody that's having problems with their hands and wrists and forearm and elbow joint, even from the shoulder down to the hands. All of those things are going to help make all that kinetic chain work better. And once this kinetic chain works better, then it works better this way. Once it works better that way, then it works better that way. We started with the feet last week, and that when the kinetic chain works better from the feet, it works better all the way up. So let's do the hands up. How you doing? Wave at me. Shake it out. He told you, shake it. Remember that in the film? Yes, in the video. Bring it straight out. Bring it down. Okay, you don't have to hold it. You need to just be able to do it according. You don't always hold your hand when you're getting ready to grab something. So it's not always necessary to stretch your body beyond its norm of how much you can stretch yourself. Take it out to the side, back to the front, wiggle it around, take it to the other side, about 10 seconds, bring it back to the front, wiggle it around the other way. You didn't remember which way you went, just do both. Okay? Shake it out. Do a praise raise with the hand. All right. And that's it for today. Remember, God loves you. So do I. Eat something healthy. Drink some water. Don't forget, I haven't had my 8 today. I got a few more to go. But just remember, 8 times 8 or a gallon, take it around with you. Stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Eat good. Drink good. One swallow and one bite at a time. God loves you. So do I. Bye for now, y'all. See you next time. No excuses.